In this tutorial, you will learn how to deploy a simple web application in Tomcat server. So go to Tomcat server directory. Here we have the bin, the config, lib, lock, temp, web apps, and work folder. Go to web app subdirectory. This folder is where your application resides. To create a new application, we can create a new folder with the name of the project as the folder name. Let's say, for example, the application name is Hello. So under the Tomcat web app, create a web app root directory Hello. Under Hello, create a subdirectory web inf. This is case sensitive, and this is a dash, a note, and underscore. So under web inf, create a subdirectory classes. This is case sensitive and plural. You need to keep your web resources, example HTMLs, CSS, images, scripts, servlet, JSP in the proper directories. In this directory hello, this is called the context root or the document-based directory of your web application. You should keep all your HTML files and resources visible to the web user. Example HTML, CSS, images, script, JSP under this context root. This webinf directory, although under the context root, is not visible to the web user. And the class directory, this is where you keep all your Java classes. Now we need to restart the server. And so this is the Apache Tomcat homepage and your application name, that is hello. So this is HTTP status 404 not found. We need to do some more setting. That is, we should enable directory listing in the configuration file. So you need to go to the Apache Tomcat, then in the config subdirectory, open the web.xml. Locate init param with param name listing. Over here and set param value to true. Now again restart the server. And refresh the page. Now you should see the directory listing of the directory of our application, which is currently empty. Now let's create one HTML document in the root, in the context root. I'll paste it from some HTML tag over here. We say my home page, hello Apache Tomcat. I'll save this. And then again refresh. you've seen we have the home.html in the directory listing. You can click there. We have hello Apache Tomcat. Now instead of serving the directory listing, we can redirect the request to a particular page. Let us rename this home.html to index.html. Now we can remove this, and we've seen that hello.apache tomcat is our home page. Now the server will redirect the directory request to the index.html if the root directory contains an index.html instead of serving the directory listing. So now let's look at the technique, or the how request is sent from the server and how the server respond to the client. When we send a request to the server, we send a get request, that is get home.html, and when a server responds a request, it responds the page and also with some HTTP status code and some other additional information. All this information is sent over the HTTP protocol over the TCP/IP network. Now let's look at this illustration. Here we have the local host, that is your IP address. Instead of a local host, you can have your IP address, and this is a port 8080. This is your application name, and this is the HTML page. In our case, it is the home.html, or we rename it to index.html. When we hit this one, it sends a request to the Tomcat HTTP server at this at this IP address, at this port, and the request will route to the hello application and then route to the hello home, or that is the hello.html. And once the page is found in the server, it will send a response back to the client. That's it. Thank you for listening.